In this video, we're going to be looking at search engine tips, including Boolean searching. And you're probably familiar with that already. It uses the terms and, or, and not when you are constructing a search. And you can think of it like a Venn diagram. Now, if we're going to do an and search, where we want to search for results that contain both the words dog and training, it's only going to show me results that are in the intersection between the two circles. So the area that's in red here, that includes both the words dog and the word training. So if we do this in a Google search, we don't even need to use the word and. If you just put multiple words in Google, it will automatically assume it's a Boolean and it will show you results for both or all the words. So next we're going to do a search using the Boolean or. In this case, we want to search for two synonyms, either Elizabethan or Renaissance. And in this case, it's going to show us any of the results that are in any of the two circles, because it can include either word or maybe both of them, but it doesn't have to. So now in Google, for a Boolean or, you put the word or in uppercase letters. And now it will do a search for either of the two words, and it doesn't have to have both of them together. And the third Boolean search that we're going to look at is not, where you want to include some words but not others. So let's say, for example, we're searching for Martin Luther, the religious reformer, but we don't want to get results for Martin Luther King. So we're going to do a search that does include Martin Luther but does not include King. So it's not going to include the results from the point where the two circles intersect. To do this search in Google, rather than typing the word not, you're going to put a minus sign in front of the word that you don't want. So this is our search for Martin Luther, but not King. Now we're going to limit by domain name. So I'm at the Onondaga Public Library's website, which has an address of www.onlib.org. And let's say I want to find information about fax machines that they have. So I can do a search for fax on Google, then site:/onlib.org. No space there. And that's going to show me all results for the word fax limited to the domain onlib.org. And there the first result is what I'm looking for. I can also limit by the top level domain. So let's say I want information on cancer research, and I want to limit it to educational institutions. So I do cancer research, then site:/edu. Again, no space, and it will show me all results from domains that have edu at the end. Another way to limit is by file type. So I'm going to do a search for, again, cancer research, and I want to limit the file type to PDFs. So it's file type:/PDF, no space. And this can be a way to ensure that I get more articles rather than web pages, because an article is more likely to be in a PDF format. Or let's say I want to look up a presentation. I can look up Seeking Synchronicity, which was an article, but if I want to look for the presentation that I saw on it, and I want to see if I can find the PowerPoint file, I do file type:/PPT, and then I can find those files. Although when searching for PowerPoint, remember that you also want to try searching for PPTX, as the newer PowerPoints will have that file format. And let's try using quotation marks in Google. This will do a search for an entire phrase rather than just every word. It has to be those words in a phrase. And you can do that as a way of researching error messages. If you're helping someone with overdrive or any kind of tech issue, if you Google the error message and put quotation marks around it, it's a really good way to find postings about that error message online and see how other people have solved it. It could also be a way to look for an exact article. Sometimes you can find an article online without searching the databases if you do a search for the title, again using the exact, and then I can use an asterisk with a quote mark, so I put an asterisk in there as a wildcard inside the phrase, and I can find variations on a penny saved is a penny earned. So in place of the asterisk, I can see a dollar saved is a quarter earned, a second saved is a second earned, and so on. And lastly, we'll search by date range. So let's say I want to look for information on Donald Trump, but specifically before he started running for president. So I can do my search with quotation marks, and then I go to Tools, and I can choose what time frame I want my results from. Either any time, or the past 24 hours, or the past year, or I can enter a custom date range. So I'm going to start with, let's say, 1995, January 1st of that year. And my ending date range let's say 2010. And now all of my results will only be from that date range. So you can see we have some things from 2009, 2002, and so on. So I hope you got some good information from this video, and please keep these tips in mind the next time you're doing a reference transaction, whether in person or online.